Hello everybody, this is Kayak with more Let's Play Dead Rising 2. Oh, that's right, that's some kind of sink thing or shower head, that's what it was, I think. And without further ado, let's continue this final stage area thing. Except not quite really, because we're finding stuff out. Yawn. Sorry, I've been napping up until now. Yeah, I basically finished the last episode, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play right now, so I just went to sleep. Slept maybe 3 or 4 hours. 2 at the least. 4 at the most. Now I've done everything. I've literally rescued every survivor this time. So, I'm going to grab some goodies. Make me some weapons. And then, just kind of away I go. That kind of thing. I love that at level 50, I'm just so powerful I can just one-shot those little fuckers finally. So that if I make even the barest attempt to fight them, I win, And you know what, at max level, that's exactly how it should be. If you've played the game long enough, skillfully enough, or just playing ground enough by getting all the people, you deserve to be just that guy who just wins by virtue of everything, Yaha. I am here now. You may not prevent this. Alright then. So yeah, like I said, there will be at least one bonus video where I show off every single weapon in the game. And since I'm pretty sure there's one that you cannot make until about this point, I will obviously be beating quite a few spots in the game just to show that off. Oh, you weren't anywhere fucking near me. Don't even try this shit. For the Palisades. And guess what? Tough as you are, you're still vulnerable to that shit. Yeah, rage zombies aren't nearly as bad this time around. I'm thinking of other challenges I could do. Mostly these mini challenges will involve me beating the game again, though not on camera, so to speak. Meaning you're not going to see me go, well, I gotta pass this amount of time, gotta give Katie the Zombrex, that kind of shit. It's just me recording a bunch of crap, and you seeing the results. Like, for example, with the every weapon in the game, you'll just see me like, oh, here's all the ones I can get in this area. And then the video ends, and you see in the next area, it's like, oh yeah, here's the next one. Like, oh look, the super BFG. Kind of thing. So it's stuff like that. Another challenge I might do is pretty much everyone except Slappy, because Slappy's a bitch. I'm gonna try and fight barehanded at one point. Like, oh, here's what happens when you fight. Ted barehanded, and so on and so forth. And Slappy just... I'm not doing Slappy because I couldn't fucking beat that guy with these, which is the weapon I'm best with in the game. These frickin' blade gloves. And if I can't beat him with frickin' blade gloves, how am I supposed to beat him barehanded? You know? I don't think even with an inventory full, literally to the brim with orange juice, except for one hand-to-hand magazine, I don't think I can beat Slappy that way. I can't catch his ass. It's too quick. So yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of little bonus videos. And again, for me, the final goal is just to stretch this shit all the way to at least 52 episodes. So that I can round out the year, you know? Then again, I might just do something else instead, like, oh, here's Resident Evil 0, for example. Haven't quite decided, because I could do Resident Evil 0. I could do almost any one of the Resident Evils. In one shape or another, I own all of them. For example, if I were to get PlayStation Plus back, I own Resident Evil 5. If I can find my copy of the game, I own Resident Evil 6. I own the Resident Evil Chronicles games, again, with PlayStation Plus. So... then you've got other things like Resident Evil Code Veronica, which I will not do a Let's Play of under any circumstances. At one point I owned the PlayStation 2 version, and I currently own the GameCube version. I hate that game, though, and refuse to Let's Play. I own Resident Evil 3 PlayStation. I own one copy, and I think I have access to the director's copy of Resident Evil 1 for the GameCube and the PlayStation. I have Resident Evil 2, which I have a challenge run of that I need to finish. So, I mean, we know I have Resident Evil 4. I've beaten Revelations. I intend to get Revelations 2. So, I have access to all these freaking games. I might run them, you know? They're fun. I like them. I enjoy them. I enjoy them quite a bit, in fact. But we'll see how all this ends up running. See, this time I remembered. But yeah, there's all sorts of things. And one of the things it's leading up to is when I have everything recorded for 2016. I keep wanting to say 2017, but I'm skipping a year. Once I have all of 2016 recorded, I want to try and get one of those power strips that is also a power supply. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it plugs into the wall, but it also doubles as a battery pack in case your power goes out. I want to get one of those and do Age Your Dream. And there's actually a very, very, very valid reason for wanting one of those. That reason, of course, being that if I do not... God damn it. That if I don't do that, it's due to the way the data saves in that game. And what it amounts to, basically, is... God fucking damn it, assholes. But yeah, what it basically amounts to... Fuck you in the neck. Okay, we done? We done with the bullshit? Thank you kindly. Ahem. What it amounts to is that the game auto-saves in a very, very specific way every single time you enter the tower. And what it does is every single time you enter the tower, it creates a special save. Special kind of autosave, and it says, well, you're in the tower, so we're going to create sort of a... Let's call it a ROM save. You know, read-only memory. Where it's like, okay, we've acknowledged that you've saved the game. And if you do anything, I stress, anything, that causes the power to go off. Oh, silver shelving. I thought it said sterling. I'm like, what? If you shut off the power at all, there is no saves coming. As soon as you load a save file, that's how I should have said it. Basically, whenever you load your save file, it erases the save forever. And it does a half-ass save, which means, oh, anything that you had on you in the tower is gone forever and you will never get it back. But anything you had in town is safe. The sole exception being you will not lose any monsters you had with you. And that is absolutely the only exception to this rule. Thus, under no circumstances is that something you should ever allow to happen. Because it can fuck you right in the ass in a way that you can never recover from. Well, not never recover from, but that right there is the sole reason that very few people have ever beaten this game. Because
these queens are fully
basically, unless you make it a point to super level up your monsters, of which you can at most bring 5 in. Fuck you guys right in the goddamn neck. God, go! Don't you fucking do this shit to me. See, now it's your ass, remaining guy. Fuck you. Okay, one more time. Basically, unless you have monsters that are super leveled, every single time that you go back into the tower, all of your work is destroyed. Just period. It's just what happens. You know, it's not a fluke. It's there by design. It's a feature. Yeah, it's not a flaw. It's a feature that this happens. They intended this to be exactly the way this works. And you know what? I actually agree that this is a great way to make your game harder without making your game stupid. Like, oh, we're gonna artificially inflate this. No, you don't need to artificially inflate anything. It just works. The problem is, let's say I'm playing this game, right? I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm just kicking ass, taking names. I've built up let's say three really strong monsters. Or let's say 2, yeah, I've got 2 really awesome monsters that I've built up. I've got a training wand, which is next to impossible to find. The spawn rate on them is ridiculously low. And I've got it leveled, to, let's say, 35, which is really, really high, by the way. So I've got my level 35 training wand, and I am just kicking all kinds of ass, you know? I mean, I am just the hero of destiny. I've got a freaking mirror shield that's up to level 40, which means I've been at this thing for months, you know? And again, I got my training wand, I got my mirror shield, I got a wind crystal so that if something goes horribly wrong, I can escape and not lose. And I've got my 2 super monsters. And I'm doing really awesome, and I'm recording it and everything. And then suddenly, power flickers. Oh no, what happened? Well, the PlayStation 3 shuts off because it's plugged into the apartment's power source. And we're not saying power flickering, oh, maybe Kyrix didn't pay his light bill. No, light bill's paid for that. Oh, maybe it's one of those rainstorms Florida has. No, perfectly sunny out. Sometimes power just cuts. Only lasts for half a second. And in a game like this, yeah, that'd be annoying. In a no-save run, yeah, that'd be annoying. But in a no-save run of, say, Resident Evil 2, I can make all that back up. I'll be furious, but at most, I'm out, let's say, 4 hours of work, and that's assuming I'm absolutely dragging ass with everything I do. But, again, assuming I'm super-duper dragging ass. But if that happens in Asia Dreams, there is no word to describe just how fucked I would be. Everything I'd done, everything I worked for, would have been gone for a half-second hiccup in the power. So before I start that game, and that would be bad enough on a recreational playthrough, but in a Let's Play where I'm playing legitimately, you know, no game chart codes, none of that shit, and in a game where I will be playing legitimately my own physical disc of the game, which means I won't have save states to fall back on. In a case like that, that would be unforgivable for me. There'd be just no way to ever recover from what happened. Well, that's a complete exaggeration, but not by that much. It would be catastrophic, really.
Excellent.
It'd be, without hyperbole, catastrophic to recover from. And again, at no fault of my own. My power would have been up to date, I would have picked a day that wasn't raining, etc. And because I'm playing a physical copy of the game, I can't save stay. Because when you play this on a ROM, it's so easy. Because you can literally just say, that run never happened, you know?
Just like Mom used to make.
It becomes almost impossible to lose when you have a ROM. And I do want to finish this, and the thing about Asia Dreams is it's such a hard game due to how it works, because here's how it works. Your monsters maintain everything that ever happens to them. You, however, reset to level 1 every time you exit the tower and come back in. The idea being, it's not you who gets the tower, it's your monsters. The only way to level you up is for you to get weapons and temper them with sand. Red sand for weapons, blue sand for shields, and white sand for magic orbs, which, if you're bringing magic orbs in, you've done something wrong. The idea behind magic orbs is you're supposed to use them when you find them, and whatever's left gets sold at the end, because you can only take 5 items into the tower. And you can only ever carry, I believe, 20 items, period. The trick is, there are traps, like rust traps, for example, come immediately to mind, where, when you step on them, they'd say, hey, this is a nice weapon you got. Be a shame if something happened to it. Where your weapon drops a level and your shield drops a level, unless you're using one of 2 weapons or one of 2 shields. The 2 weapons are the gold sword, which has a power level of 1 and can be enhanced, and the training wand, which has a power level of 1 and is the only wand in the game that can be enhanced, and they are so rare that I know them only by reputation. I know they exist, but I've never seen one. Ever. And that's not a strange thing. Training wand is considered to be the most powerful weapon in the game, and I'd even agree with that, even without ever using wands. Because a gold sword, yeah, it's a great weapon, but a training wand has all the features of a gold sword, but when you do something called mixture magic, your power is channeled through the thing. So let's say I do one that creates a flame sword effect. If I'm using a gold sword, it might take, it might triple my power. These numbers are pulled completely out of my ass. They're only to show you the basic idea of what happens. So let's say, when I channel it through my gold sword, it triples my power. Let's say the gold sword for this is a level 30 weapon. God damn it. Now, channeling through a level 30 training wand, it might friggin' times 20 or something, you know. It will, or it'll do, say, times 3 plus 30 extra damage or something. It's insane. But again, all it takes is one single fuck up, and that training wand that you spent forever getting, much less finding and leveling up to that amazing point, gone forever, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know? So, and again, it only takes one single fuck up. Just one. And it can be something as simple as, oh, the game didn't spawn you a wind crystal, and hasn't for a while, so you didn't even have any in storage to use. And if you don't have a wind crystal, you can't safely leave the tower without losing anything. There are like 2 or 3 different ways to leave the tower. There are 4 that I can think of off the top of my head. One being to beat the tower. Now, obviously, that's the hardest one to pull off. Another is to use something called an Aleem fruit, which, in a nutshell, basically, it destroys your monster that you feed it to act like a wind crystal. The third way is to die in the tower. And the fourth way, it's done so much. This may be one of the best weapons in the game. It's good PP, an area effect, and it just obliterates zombies. So yeah, as I was saying before I lost my train of thought again. I don't even know what the fuck I was saying before I lost my train of thought. I should just give up on commentary at this point. I really should. I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about anymore. Oh yeah, the fourth way is the wind crystal, which just teleports you out. If you do not use 3 of those 4 methods, obviously dying is the worst one and the one you never want to do. But if you don't use one of the 3 safe methods that don't involve dying, when you leave the tower, you lose everything except your monsters. No weapons, no items, no money that you took in. Although the money that you already had is safe.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
And so yeah, Azure Dreams is one of those games that once I have my extra power source, and I've explained why I don't want to do the run until I have one, because that way if the power kicks, even if I haven't kept this thing charged the way I should, I at least have time to get to a save point before catastrophic failure. And that's important. It really is. Those numbers, man. Those numbers jump. It's the best weapon. Get off of me! Get off of me! I say get off of me. But that way, like I said, if the power, not once, like it's inevitable, if the power cuts, which has actually happened to me on this game of all things, and in pretty much the exact situation I just described, where I've done nothing wrong, the power just cut at random, because that happens in Florida sometimes. It's no one's fault, it just happens. Alright, we're running back because I don't want to fight Sullivan in my underwear. Just a fact. It'd be tragic and neglectful. Admittedly, this is mostly just a way for me to fuck around my blast frequency guns, because we've established through my previous rage-induced fight with him that Sullivan is fucking impervious to pretty much all of your weaponry, except the one that equips directly to your hands. He'll just not only block it, but flat out fucking disarm you. So, this is a weapon that can't really affect him, because I think it only affects zombies. Could be wrong, though. So this is just for me, for fun. Gathering, because, oh god, is it good at that. Pop a lot of fucking heads this way. Fortunately, I have just enough time. You, sir, are what's known as a half-ass fuckwit. Hey, Super Radio! Excuse me while I drink this coffee cream. Completely disregard your existence, sir. Love that he took a leap at me and mounted a fucking nothing. Well, fuck you too, little bug. Alright, let's get serious about this. Did I even... Yeah, I accomplished something, never mind. But did I even accomplish anything up to this point? Yeah, I did sort of a mission. But, and again, this is the third time I've tried to say this, and I keep getting sidetracked. When I finally do Azure Dreams, it could literally take me most of, if not the entirety, of 2016 to beat that game. I could end up with enough footage, without any kind of extraneous grinding, literally just me being laser focused on beating the story of this game, could net me enough footage to run from 2017 to 2020. That's not even an exaggeration. Though I will say this, I will do the math on like what day it would go up. If it would run longer than 2 years, if I would get more than 2 years of footage out of this, I will flat out put a Game Shark code in of some sort to give me the ability to just show off the ending of this game. Which is actually what's happened on the only LP I'm aware of this, which was a text-based one. I forget who did it. I'm sorry about that. But it's on the Something Awful Let's Play archives, if you want to look it up. Basically, the guy had the most ridiculous look, to the point where he literally had a disclaimer saying, look, I'm sorry, my run is exceptional, I don't know what it is about the RNG, eggs are not this common. He would literally come home with, like, for him, a bad run, egg-wise, would be 3 eggs, or 2 eggs. For most people, a bad run is no eggs, a good run is 2 eggs, and anything more than that is just ridiculous. You know, you didn't even mention it because of how stupid it is. And he had one of those runs. We're not talking in a single trip to the tower, we're talking in the entirety of his project, kind of thing. I need as much of this armor to get to Sullivan as I can, because otherwise I'm going to be fighting in my undies, which, while hilarious, will make things extremely difficult for me. And I'm going to have enough difficulty with Sullivan if there's anything to be gleaned from my last attempt at it. Which, of course, was the one I beat him in. So yeah, with luck, Asia Dreams will be beaten. With no luck, I can't even fucking tell you what might happen.
What's the word?
Again, best case scenario, I'll have a good time of it. Most likely, I won't. It's a fun game, though. I really enjoy it. I had it for years, and it was just one of those games, because me and one of my friends, the guy who got me into HeroClix, guy who lived across the street from me pretty much my entire life, up until, basically for like 12 years I lived in this apartment complex, and he lived there too. Then I moved up to Crystal River for about a year and a half, let's say maybe 2 years at most, and he stayed where he was. Then I moved back into that complex, and he was in the same house. And then we moved out on the same day after that. Matter of fact, a lot of us moved out. He moved out, his dad moved out, and his grandma moved out, and we moved out all on the same day. And so did a friend of ours who's recently come back to Florida, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him because, many things. Which is a shame. And even if I could get a hold of him, he has a kid now, and he can't, he's like, well, I can't hang out like I used to, I can't game like I used to with you, you know? Which is totally understandable. I mean, life goes on, etc. I would like to just have a day of us hanging out doing stupid nerd shit, though.
Hello?
You know, for obvious reasons, my friend. But, anyway, we used to, on a regular basis, go up. Well, I can't say go up to a place, because we went fucking everywhere. We would make... Well, there's really no other way to say this. Pilgrimages to toy stores and places that just sold toys. Every fucking day after I moved back from Crystal River. Where we would just look for Dragon Ball Z stuff. And we'd go, like, we'd start at... say the local Albertsons, and we never expected to find anything because the toy store there didn't carry stuff like that. But we'd go there anyway because why not? Matter of fact, we even went to 2 Albertsons, one that was near us and one that I currently live near. You know, which is pretty cool. I don't even know if that one's still open. Allegedly it closed, but my niece swears that it's still open, and I haven't been down there, so I kind of got to take her word for it. Anyway, I'm clearing out the downstairs because that's going to be a thing later. I'm going to need all of this cleared out. And it's possible to do because I've done it on like 2 different fights with Sullivan. Where I've been down here enough and killed enough stuff that I actually ran out of zombies to kill. A lobster. And I'm going to need a fish. And again, it's important to do this because he will not let me keep my weapon. So I may as well use it all down here on the zombies. Right. Maybe get a couple queens, get upstairs a little bit easier. So anyway, we go there, we go to Clearwater Mall. No, we went to Countryside Mall, that's right. We didn't go to Clearwater Mall. Go to Countryside Mall, check out KB toy stores, we go to Target. Went to Toys R Us, we'd go to Emerald City, which sold all sorts of stuff. And we just do this on a daily basis. I'm not even exaggerating. It's, I just get a call at, like, let's say, 10 o'clock Monday morning. He's like, hey Kyrix, I just got some money from my mom, etc. you know, you'll want to go look for DBZ stuff. I'm like, oh, sure, man. I'll be right over. And then, hey, I just got money from my grandma. You want to do this? Hey, I just got paid. You want to do this? And we would just go. And one of the things they had at Countryside Mall was Babbage's and Electronics Boutique. I think you played it? But that's not important right now. The point is they sold video games, including PlayStation games. And this is back before the internet was major and PlayStation games cost a fortune, you know? I think the PlayStation was still an active system at this time. And if it wasn't, then the PlayStation 2 was still very new. So, one of the games, I would just go up there and buy a lot of different games, because I was usually broke, but every now and then I'd have money, and I'd buy some cheap-ish games. And one of those games was some little RPG thing that I'd never heard of called Use Your Dreams. I mean, it was part roguelike, part Monster Raiser, and part dating sim. All of which I'm fond of. So, sure. And my friend got absolutely hooked on this game. Easy to understand, it's a fantastic game. He, to this day, might still have my copy of it. My original copy of it. Because one day, he came down and was like, dude, I've been trying to find this everywhere. And I hadn't played it in forever. So I'm like, well, here's the deal. Sell it to you, $60. He's like, sold. You know, because I needed the money. One of the things that happened is that day, I think he and another friend of ours had brought this other guy over here, who I think had stolen about, actually no, that was a separate time or a separate incident, but he'd stolen like $60, $70 from me. And I sold the guy my DBZ tapes, all of them, for like $60, $70. And they were worth considerably more, but I never watched them, and at the time I'm like, dude, I can download them if I ever get the urge to watch them again, you know? And I have. So, deal. But I had sold him my copy of Age of Dreams, basically with the mindset that, hey, I have PayPal, I have eBay, if I ever really want to get the game again, I can. And it's true. And I think I also did it under the mindset that, I could just get a ROM of it, which, again, was also true. Not the best idea, because PlayStation emulators can be twitchy under the best of circumstances. Fuck, there goes that. Discard my bear hat in disgust. Okay, let's go fight Sully. I hate Sullivan so fucking much. Well, let's go fight him. Got no armor, but I've got full health, lots of healing items, and I've pretty much thinned the zombie herd, so to speak. But yeah, I sold him my copy of Age of Dreams. I've since bought a new copy for myself. From Amazon, I believe it was. Oh, I know where their heads aren't exploding. Another hand-to-hand book. Really should have grabbed that. Anyway. So yeah, that was it was one of those games, and I had a couple other games like that, like Bust a Groove, that I think I got from I want to say Blockbuster, actually. So yeah, not a huge deal, but a fun game. I enjoyed it. Friend made fun of me for liking that game so much. Fucking rhythm game. Love my rhythm games. Jesus. Oh shit! What did you do to me, you fucking whore? What the hell did you do to me? I had full health when I went up there. fucking royal fucktard. Perfect, I actually wanted that to happen. That I did not want to happen. Fucking missiles. Alright, Sully. Now, I've gone over in the previous fight with this guy exactly why he is one of the worst boss fights in the game. Even TK is a better fight than him. In TK is a case of them taking everything that you've actually built up in the entire game and getting rid of it. And that's fucking bullshit. Quit fucking rolling, you fat, worthless piece of shit. There we go.
You can't fight us.
Fight like a man, you pansy. I'm fighting in my fucking underwear. With no weapons, mister. I've got a pistol and I'm gonna use it. I'm also directing a plane to shoot fucking rockets at you. All I wanted to do was get a goddamn gallon of orange juice. You'll have to. Which we've established I can drink by myself in roughly half an hour. God, this is so hard to aim. It's been forever since I did the badass bonus video. Quit rolling, you fat fuck! Again, I don't hate fat people. I just hate this fat people. And everybody should hate this fat people. Apparently, there's a thing with the protagonist from the first game where this guy is a good guy, and it's actually the girl, Stacy, I think her name is, who's the villain. And I definitely would consider that non-canon because I refuse to believe there's any reality where this guy was a decent person. Because of this fight. Not even for shooting Rebecca, but for this fucking fight. Man, dodging me, you fucking whore. Hold on, I need to take a lobster break. And some orange juice. Drinking noises. For the kids. Fuck you, Sullivan. This brings to mind all those Psycho Mantis fights that I've had. Funny thing is, as I understand it, my last fight with him was actually something of a challenge run.
You're going down.
Bullshit. He invincibility framed right through my fucking what's-it. I really want to end this fight on a haymaker. I'm gonna give it one more try.
We know best, Chuck.
Okay.
Roger that.
One more lobster, then we're in trouble. Alright, no more fucking around. I have to end this. But yeah, my last fight with him was kind of a challenge run because I fought him with the gloves. And he's very difficult to hit with any kind of weapon. And the only reason I was able to pull that off is because you can't disarm them because they're attached to my hands. We're going to watch his death because I love the fact that he's just ripped in half. I hope his death took a very long time. His actual death. I hope he was floating from that fucking plane, the upper half of him, for like 20 minutes before he finally bled out. I hope his sorry ass suffered for this. Not even for this.
Guys, Chuck.
Not even for the situation he caused, but just because I fucking hate this man. because of this fight. Squish. Bye-bye, asshole. God, I fucking hate that man. Alrighty, that brings us to the end of this game. And we're going to save the game. Love that Super BFG. It's just a shame you get the weapon so late in the game. If you could have had that thing at the start, oh, that would be the best. It'd be the best thing for fucking gambling too, you know? Just imagine if you could get that weapon at the start of the fucking game, so that you could just get like 6 of them and take them into like the Atlantica and just shoot all the zombies and just gamble all fucking day. All right. See you next time.